Hello everyone and welcome to the Time to Cook Club Infants and to your online class. So today, little cooks, we're going to be making gingerbread trifle. So little cooks, if you haven't already, you need to go and wash your hands to make sure that they are all sparkly and clean. Welcome back little cooks, so hopefully by now you have washed your hands and they are all sparkly and clean. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sing our very special Time to Cook song to get us in the mood to cook. So this song does have actions. When you see this, you're going to go chop, 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 chop. When you see this, you're going to go mash, 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 like mashed banana or mashed potato. When you see this, you're going to go stir, 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 stir with your spoon. When you see this, you're going to go roll, 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 as if you're rolling out pastry. And last but not least, when you see this, you're going to go pat, 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 as if you're patting down cookie dough or pizza dough. So go and grab your grown-up and use it as the perfect excuse to have a really good boogie around your kitchen. I'll be listening out from my kitchen to see if I can hear you singing along in yours. Get ready, it's time to cook today. Get ready, we're gonna have some fun. Get ready, it's time to cook today and show everyone what we've done. You're going to chop, 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 chop it up. Great chopping little cooks, well done. We're gonna mash, 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 mash it up. Keep mashing, great work. We're gonna stir, 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 stir with a spoon. Keep going. It will be ready soon. Get ready, it's time to cook today. Get ready, we're gonna have some fun. Get ready, it's time to cook today and show everyone what we've done. We're gonna roll it, round and round. Great rolling little cooks, well done. We're gonna pat, 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 then pat, then pound. You ready to pop it in the oven, little cooks? In the oven on a tray. Don't forget to pop your chef's hats on. We will be chefs today. Get ready, it's time to cook today. Get ready, we're gonna have some fun. Get ready, it's time to cook today and show everyone what we've done. Raise your jazz hands, guys. It's time to cook. Yeah. Yay, well done little cooks. That was absolutely amazing. Fantastic actions. And I did listen out from my kitchen and I heard you singing along in yours and you guys sounded awesome. So little cooks, we have washed our hands and made sure that they're all sparkly and clean, and we have also sung our very special Time to Cook song to get us in the mood to cook, which must mean that we are all ready to start. So hopefully if you're joining me today, you have all of your ingredients weighed out, measured and ready to go. And if you helped with that job, well done little cooks, that's amazing practical maths. Hopefully you also have the equipment from the equipment list too. So let's get started. Okay, little cooks, so the first thing you need to do is you need to go and ask your grown-up to preheat the oven to either gas mark 4 or 180 degrees or 160 degrees if you're using a fan oven. The reason we need to ask a grown-up to do this special job is because ovens can get very hot and so can be very dangerous, and we definitely don't want any burnt hands or fingers today. The reason why we need to preheat the oven is to make sure that the oven is at the perfect temperature to pop our bakes in when we're ready to put them into the oven. Okay, so once our grown-ups have preheated the oven for us, we now need to line our baking tin. And we're using a 12-inch by 7-inch baking tin or something similar if you have one. And all you need to do is you need to carefully cut a piece of non-stick baking paper so that it covers the base of the tin, but also the sides and a little bit extra, okay? And then what you do is you just dab a little bit of margarine. You might be able to see here, I've just dabbed some spots on of margarine with some kitchen paper, and that will act as glue to keep the non-stick baking paper down inside the baking tin. The reason why we need to spend a little bit of time preparing our tin at the start of any bake is so that it becomes much easier for us to get our bake out of the tin once it's cooked. And once you have prepared your baking tin, you can just pop it to one side until we need it to pop the mixture inside. Well done, little cooks, great work. Okay, so now we need to start preparing our gingerbread cake that we're going to be using in our gingerbread trifle. So we need to pop in our self-raising flour into a large mixing bowl. And we also need to add 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. So this is a level teaspoon, so what we can do is we can use the top of the pot to just level it off before popping the bicarbonate of soda in with our flour. We're also going to add in 2 tablespoons of ground ginger. You might want to give it a little sniff before. It smells amazing, and this is going to give our gingerbread a really lovely gingery flavour. And the last thing we're going to add in with the flour is some mixed spice. So again, and give it a good sniff. I would definitely recommend measuring out the mixed spice over a separate bowl or cup, and that way if you add too much you're not spoiling the rest of the ingredients. And in the mixed spice is a mixture of cinnamon, nutmeg and coriander seeds. So we're just measuring out 1 teaspoon. It comes out very fast, and we're going to add that to our bowl. And then using our spoon, we can give all of those ingredients a good stir just to combine them all. Great stirring, little cooks, well done. So now what you need to do is you need to go and ask your grown-up to help you with this job, because we're going to be heating some ingredients on the hob. So the first ingredient that needs to go into your saucepan is your margarine. You also need to add in your brown sugar. You need to add in your black treacle. So you might find it easier to use a spatula to get this out of your dish, because it's very, very sticky. And if you're using a spoon to get it out, what I would recommend is popping some hot water over your spoon first, so warming your spoon up, okay, because it will come off the spoon a lot easier. Okay, so that's the treacle, and we're also going to add the golden syrup too, okay? So it's a very sticky mixture. Great work, little cooks, well done. Okay, so now what you need to do is you need to go and ask your grown-up to help you to heat this mixture on the hob. You need to ask your grown-up to stir it throughout so that the mixture doesn't burn. Okay, and you just want to get to a stage when all of those ingredients are really nicely combined together so that you can't see them all separately, okay? So join me back here once your grown-up has helped you to heat these ingredients on a low heat on a hob, and we can continue with the rest of our bake. Okay, welcome back, little cooks. So once your mixture has melted, you then need to leave it to cool for a little while, okay? And then once it's cooled down a little bit, you can pour it into your dry ingredients. So keep stirring until all of those ingredients are really well blended together. Should we sing our song, little cooks? You ready? We're gonna stir it with a spoon. It will be ready soon. Great stirring, little cooks, well done. So once the ingredients are all blended together and you don't have any lumps in it, now we're going to add in our egg. Okay, little cooks, so when we're cracking an egg, we're going to do it on the side of a cup. We're going to do little fairy taps, not big dinosaur taps. And then we're going to pop our thumbs into the crack that we've created, pulling the eggshells apart. Well done, little cooks, excellent egg cracking skills. Now if you do have any egg on your hands, now's the time to go and wash them. Once you've cracked your egg into your cup, you can have a good look to check that the egg looks okay and that there's no shell in it before taking a fork and beating your egg. So when we beat our egg, it basically just means popping a fork in and then moving the fork really, really quickly up and down and around to break the egg up and to mix the yolk in with the white, okay? And once you have mixed all your egg white and yolk together, you're then going to pour it into your mixture. And using your spoon, you're going to stir the egg into the ingredients, okay? Now the reason why it was important to let our wet mixture cool down slightly is because otherwise, if you poured your egg into your mixture when it was too hot, it would have cooked your egg and turned out a little bit like scrambled egg. Okay, so once you've mixed in your egg, the next ingredient you're going to add is your milk. So you're going to pour the milk in a little bit at a time before giving it a stir, okay? So go slowly when you're stirring it because otherwise the milk will all splash out of the bowl. And what you're going to do is once that milk has been mixed in, you can add in some more. And you're going to keep going until you have mixed in all of the milk. So join me back here when you've mixed in all of your milk and we'll continue with the bake together. Okay, little cooks, so once your milk has all been mixed in to your other ingredients, okay, the mixture will look really, really runny. Don't worry, that's absolutely normal, okay? So now what we've got to do is we need to pour that lovely mixture into the tin that we prepared earlier. And if you have a spatula, you might want to use it just to make sure you get all of that lovely mixture out of your bowl. Okay, so now what you need to do is you need to go and ask your grown-ups to pop this into the oven and you're going to cook it for 35 minutes. So you'll know when your gingerbread cake is done because it will be a dark brown colour and the top will be springy to touch. But that's definitely a job for your grown-ups to do to check whether the cake has been cooked. So once the cake has been cooked, grown-ups, you need to leave it to cool in the tin for 10 minutes before turning the cake out onto a cooling rack to cool completely. Okay, so once your gingerbread cake has been cooked, join me back here whilst it's cooling down and we can prepare some of the ingredients for our trifle. Back, little cooks. So hopefully by now your gingerbread cake has been cooked and has cooled down slightly. So now we're ready to assemble our gingerbread trifle. So the first thing you need to do is you need to cut your gingerbread cake into 3 roughly even slices, okay? So if you lay your gingerbread cake out in front of you, so the short edge is in front of you, okay, so kind of portrait side, then you can cut your gingerbread cake into 3, so going across, okay? So I think that's about it. So we're just going to cut it into 3 roughly even slices. Now what you need to do is you need to open up a can of ginger beer and pour it into a small bowl or container, and you're just pouring half the can into the container. So once you've poured your ginger beer into a small container, you're now going to very carefully cut one section of your gingerbread cake into 5, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great counting, little cooks, well done. So you're going to have like 5 fingers of gingerbread. Remember our golden rules though, when we're cutting, we're always chopping on a chopping board. We're always looking at what we're doing the whole time and keeping our fingers well away from that sharp blade. Once you've cut your 5 fingers, you're then going to cut across, okay, so that you have not 5, but 10 pieces of cake. And now's the really fun part. What you need to do is you need to get your pieces of ginger cake and you're going to dip them into the ginger beer, which is going to give it a really lovely gingery taste. Don't leave the cake in the ginger beer though, because otherwise it would all kind of break up and be a big soggy mess. And then we're going to line the bottom of our dish and a little bit up the sides with our gingerbread cake. Okay, so you can kind of use your hands to push it down. And we're going to do that with all 10 pieces of our gingerbread cake. Great work, little cooks, well done. So this is what you're aiming for. The base of your dish should be completely covered, and the cake should be up the sides a little bit too. Use your fingers to squash the first layer of your trifle down, okay, to make sure that you can fit all the other ingredients into it. You now need to get out your little gingerbread man, and you're going to use, you should have 10, and you're going to use 8, okay, so we need to leave 2 to decorate our trifle, and we're going to use 8, and we're going to pop them all the way around the bowl, like so. You need to push them down because you don't want their heads kind of popping out over the top of your dish. It should all be below the top of the dish. Okay, that's your 8, and if you can get them evenly spaced, that's great. Okay, so now you'll need your second section of the gingerbread cake, and you're going to cut it in half widthways. Okay, like so, and then you're going to cut those 2 pieces into 4, so you'll have 8 pieces of cake altogether. So it's probably the easiest way to do this is probably to chop your cake in half first and then into quarters, like so. Great cutting, little cooks, well done. Then you need your ginger beer dipping sauce again, and you're just going to dip your cake pieces into the ginger beer, and this time you're going to press the cake pieces in between the gingerbread men, and that's going to help to keep those gingerbread men in place. Okay. Great work, little cooks, well done. You can really smell that amazing gingery smell of all those lovely flavours. And if you have a spare one, then that's one that you can taste test, because it's very important as head chefs to make sure that we're happy with all the ingredients that's going in our trifle. So with your fingers, again, you need to squash down those pieces of cake to make sure that you can fit everything into your trifle, okay, because we've still got lots more ingredients to go. So just give them a squeeze, like so. Depending on the size of your dish will depend on how many satsumas you can fit in, okay? But you're going to peel your satsumas carefully, okay, to take the skin off. And you can also take any of the white pith off that you can see. So my bowl's already pretty full, so I'm just going to have a go at peeling 2 satsumas, okay? And the next thing you're going to do is, using some scissors, you're just going to cut the pieces or the segments of the satsumas in half, okay? Like so. Remember, when we're using scissors, the blades are very, very sharp, so we need to be really careful that we're not cutting our fingers. So once you've chopped up all of your satsumas into half, you then pop them into your dish, okay, so they go on top of all of that lovely ginger cake. Once you've got your satsumas in your dish, you're then going to add in your blueberries. And again, how many you add will depend on how big your dish is, okay? Like so. Now we're ready to prepare our jelly. Hopefully you've already made up your jelly the night before you're making this recipe. All the details on how to make the jelly are on your recipe card, okay? So we're going to chop the jelly up into small cubes, okay, going across and also down, like so. And then with a spoon, we're just going to spoon the jelly over the top of the fruit. Now we're going to use the back of our spoon to just gently press down that jelly again, so that we can fit some more ingredients into our dish. So once you press down your jelly with your spoon, you're then going to add your custard. Now the ingredients list that we gave you is for to make a trifle, probably in a bigger dish than what we've got, okay? But you're just going to carefully spoon the custard all on the top of the jelly, like so. You want a nice thin layer of custard, and again you can use your spoon to spread the custard out over the top of that jelly. The last ingredient to go onto our trifle is some cream, okay? So what we've done is we've just whisked up some double cream with a hand whisk, okay? You need it so it's nice and stiff, so we can turn it over and it's not going to come out. So that's how stiff you need your double cream to be. We're using the 2-spoon method to spoon out the cream onto our trifle. So with one spoon you're going to spoon up the cream, and with the other spoon you're going to push the cream off, okay, like so. So you can work around the edge first and work your way in, but you're going to spoon the cream over the top of your trifle in kind of small balls, I guess, which will all join up to form a layer of cream over the top. And you're just going to keep going until you have spooned out all the cream over the top of your trifle. Now for the finishing touch, hopefully you've still got your 2 gingerbread men, so you can either have them standing up together or you can have one stood up and one diving down into the cream. I think I'm going to have it like that. Okay, and then you might want to add on some, these are rose gold sprinkles, okay, just to add a little bit of colour on top. So just sprinkle those over. Okay, little cooks, so there we have our gingerbread trifle. I'm sure you'll agree that it looks absolutely amazing. Tasty, little cooks. That's our gingerbread trifle made, but we've still got to do the washing up. So if you would like to join me for the washing up song, you will need a washing up bowl filled with warm soapy water, a dishcloth, a tea towel, and just a couple of items to wash up. Nothing sharp or dangerous. Grab your grown-up and use it as the perfect excuse to have a really good boogie around your kitchen. Now it's time, and now we're done, to have a different type of fun. So we must clean up all our mess. We must make sure that we do our best. So grab a bowl and grab a spoon and grab a friend to sing this tune. And we can all work as we play in a washing and a drying way. Get ready, little cooks. You gotta wash it up. Let's grab a tub down in the tub. You gotta wash it till it's clean. The cleanest you've ever seen. You gotta swish it and swash it and swirl it around, making swishing and swashing and swirling sounds. You gotta wash it up until the baking time is up. Should we say we can do some dancing, little cooks? Are you ready? Start with our rainbow arms. Rainbow arms all the way around. Woo! Well done. Can you do that with both arms? Amazing. Well done, little cooks. Can you do some jumping jacks? Ready? Woo! Well done, little cooks. That's amazing. Okay, what about a disco arm? Do a disco arm. Can you do it with the other arm? Wow. Can you do it with both arms together? You ready? Woo! Can you do it a little bit quicker? Wow. Add a bit of a wiggle. Amazing. That's fantastic. Can we go under the sea? Can we do it again under the sea? Two smoky eyes. Whee! You gotta wash it up. Let's grab a tub down in the tub. You gotta wash it till it's clean. The cleanest you've ever seen. You gotta swish it and swash it and swirl it around, making swishing and swashing and swirling stones. You gotta wash it up until the baking time is up. Woo! Well done, little cooks, that was absolutely awesome. Amazing washing and drying and fabulous dancing. You guys rock. So thank you so much for joining me for today's bake. I really hope that you enjoyed joining in with me, but more importantly, I hope you enjoy eating it and sharing it with your family. This is the last bake in our festive bake menu. It's gone so quick. I hope that you've had lots of fun making some fabulously festive bakes to help you to celebrate Christmas. We'll be back in January with our meat-free dishes, and we really look forward to seeing you in 2021. Have a super week, little cooks. Bye.